Hello, welcome to Green New World, Episode 5. My name is John Touloupis.
My name is Alexios Touloupis, and in case this is your first time tuning in with us, this is a show in search of sustainability.
We got another interview for you guys. We interviewed Mark Hanchett, CEO of Atlis Motor Vehicles. He's building electric trucks. It's a startup, they're small, but it's not about where they are now, it's about where they can go.
It's really exciting and kind of honored to have a CEO on the show, so enjoy.
This is Mark Hanchett, CEO of Atlis Motor Vehicles, and you're watching Green New World.
We're thinking, can we start with some light warm-up questions just to get in the mood and then jump into some like big heavy hitter like questions?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, great. So we were curious, why did you name it Atlis Motor Vehicles? Because my brother and I, we're Atlis Ventures. We did Atlis with an A. So can you explain the I there?
It's an interesting story in the fact that we used to be called something else. And it was so similar to what you would expect from an electric vehicle company. We reached out to some of our customer base, and we reached out to some people that were doing work for us, and we sort of collaborated on a name. And our customer base actually came back and said, and came up with the name for us. And I was like, hey, that sounds cool. I like it. Everyone likes the way it sounds. So let's call it that. And that's really like how it kind of started.
That's so cool.
That's great.
So global warming, is it real? Does it matter? People seem to like it a little bit warmer.
Yeah, I'm in Arizona, man. I don't want it to get much warmer than this. But is global warming real? Yeah, it's real. Does mankind have an impact? Absolutely. Definitely a real thing, and it's something that we got to do something about it.
Elon Musk, genius or alien or both?
Possibly both. I mean,
Is there like a secret club where all the electric vehicle car manufacturers, like y'all all hang out? And if so, is Trevor Milton still in the club, or did y'all kick him out of the group chat?
Oh man, I'm not even in the club, and in that case, I don't want to be in the club. So
Now we can get into the real questions. Can you tell us a little bit about your backstory?
I wasn't sure what I wanted to do when I kind of graduated college. I wasn't like super positive. So engineering for me, actually, I got into that inspired by one of my professors actually in college. And he said, hey, you do this, you could do a bunch of cool stuff like this. And I was like, that sounds interesting. So I jumped right into that. After college, I wanted to work on something that changed the world, like something that was super difficult and kind of a far-reaching thing. I didn't want to do something that was easy. It wasn't exciting to me. Yeah, there's the Teslas and there's a bunch of startups in this particular space, but I'm trying to do something that really like makes that massive leap forward, that takes all these people that are like, I'm never going to do electric, and just be like, why would I ever not do electric? Like why did we use gas vehicles or internal combustion engine vehicles in the past?
Right.
That's awesome. So next question.
I guess where did the inspiration
for
that electric truck come from?
So I'm a truck guy. I own a diesel pickup truck. It's more of like, I wanted to build something that was something that I would use every day, that I know people that use every single day, but really like gives a better experience than what I've had. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I've loved owning a truck and the truck that I have, but like I wanted something that was like the next level of like this is cool, but like this could be so much easier to own. This could be so much cheaper. It'd be so cool if this thing was quiet. And oh, by the way, like I want to take my family camping, RV, trailer, whatever on the weekend. It'd be cool if I had an electric truck that could tow something like that. Nothing else has really sort of stepped up to that level yet. And I wanted to do something that could really push the boundaries of what's possible to show people, hey, we can, like, you love what you can do with your diesel truck. We can totally blow that thing out of the water. Like we can outperform that thing on hills. We can outbrake it. Handling can be better. We could do all these things. Like, why don't we do that? Why don't we stop talking about it and just do it?
We're in Alabama right now, and a lot of people have pickups. And like the big doubt is that it's not going to have as much power when it, like the Tesla, the Model S, we test drove it, and it had so much power from a little battery.
So much
batteries
torque.
Have a lot of power.
You can get a lot more power out of a battery electric truck than you will not ever get out of a diesel truck, but it's actually I would say it's a lot easier to get that power, and you could do it instantly, and you could do it when you need it. You can also get that finesse that's a little difficult to get out of a internal combustion engine vehicle. So when you think about like towing and hauling and and sort of get that smooth operation. That's hard to do sometimes with something where it's like open the valve, inject fuel, burn really fast, right? And then, oh shit, too much, like back off a little. Like you can really get that finesse out of an electric vehicle. And I think that's cool.
So we were talking last night, our executive producer, Salim, he coaches soccer. We're talking with one of the dads out there, and he owns a construction company. He was talking like, I watched the Tesla episode. It was great, but I'm still driving my truck. So like, well, we got a big interview lined up. How do you get people who might be reluctant that think like, okay, electric trucks sounds great on paper, but I still need to be able to tow 10 tons. I still need to be able to load it up.
Yeah, no way that this can carry the amount of drywall that I need for my construction site.
You get out there and you do it. I'll give you an example. We've been working on this for a couple of years, and every time we talk about this, everyone says, "No, you can't do that with electric. Look at, this example of like a Model X towing, right, going up a hill and like loses 30% of it. Like none of this stuff's going to work." It's like, okay, well, first of all, sit down, do the math. Is it possible to do this? Oh, okay, it is. Let's do it. And then the way you convert them is you go out and you build that product, you demonstrate it and show it and prove to people that it can be done. Like you could talk all day, and until we prove that it can be done, until we like demonstrate that and put it up there and let them try it and put it in a work environment where they do that every day anyways, they'll come across, they'll come forward and do that.
So you got to put the proof in the pudding.
And you got to and it can't be us that does it either, right? You have to give it to people that are independent from us and say, listen, we built this to do what you're going to do with it. So you go out and do it, test it, give us some feedback, and you prove to the world that this is going to work. Atlis will build you the tool to go and do that.
So I think one thing we had that we were curious about was why you chose this like specific niche as a work truck.
Even in consumer trucks, we buy those because of what it can do on the work side of things. So in the truck world, really focusing on work and capability and doing that stuff is proof for the rest of the world that like, hey, this is possible and therefore I want that thing. I also see a larger opportunity beyond just the vehicle. We can leverage the thing you sort of touch every day, which is the vehicle, to build out an ecosystem of products and solutions that can really drive value in things like construction, mining, agriculture, municipalities, right? Think utility companies and things like that. We can build an ecosystem of solutions off a set of technology that's proven to be capable. And therefore, we can drive value for those organizations or those people, like my brother who does general contract work and drywall work. I mean, he's looking for like that cheap, easy, simple solution. And that's where I see the most values. Bring value to people's lives for what they do all day. And you'll bring, and that'll inherently bring value after their day is over.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's very
it makes
true.
a lot of sense.
That is very, very true.
Like, how did you start? Like, how did you start building the team? Like, how did you kind of first get involved in this?
I spent the first couple of years just by myself, right? Like you have to go through, and I hadn't been in this market before. I didn't understand how things worked. So I spent time building an understanding of what that, how does the supply chain network work? How does the retail market work? How does it work from like a post-sale support perspective? Then do a lot of customer discovery stuff. So I did all that research up front. And then I built a team of about 5 people that were really willing to like take a true risk. I didn't have much money. I'm not a like self-made millionaire man.
That's just ready to go on this project.
You didn't start out with a small loan of $1 million from your father?
I didn't. Yeah, that didn't happen. Thanks, Dad. No, I love my dad. He's cool. So I had like 10 grand in my pocket. I told him flat out, I can't pay wages. I can't pay salary, right, for a couple of months, but we're going to raise some money and we're going to figure out how to do this. And it sort of grew from there. And it's had its ups and downs with COVID and all this other stuff that's going on. But I've been fortunate enough to grow that team from like 5 people willing to take a risk to about 35, 36 people that had really started to come in from the industry that are super interested in what we're doing. And we've been able to raise a little over $3 million so far. We're raising $25 million right now. But what's crazy is with $3 million, we've proven that we can fast charge a battery cell. We built a prototype of the platform. We've done our own in-house developed inverters, motors, gearboxes. We've built several battery packs to date. We've designed the truck. We're doing ergonomic studies. We've like marketed this thing. We've done like all this crazy stuff. We're super efficient with cash.
This might sound dumb, but it's also, I think it's smart. Like, can you explain what is a battery?
A battery is basically, to put it in simplest terms, it's an energy storage device. You extract energy from that through a chemical reaction inside that battery cell between the anode and cathode that's inside there. And a little lithium ion travels across, right, and it induces current, and then in a circuit, and you, for simplest terms. What makes it so difficult is, one, there hasn't been much iteration in battery like construction and the way they're built for probably the last 15, 20 years. What makes them really hard is that, one, from a chemistry standpoint, you can only stuff so much energy in there, as well as like mechanical construction and how you implement it in the vehicle. It's really hard to extract that energy at like really fast paces. To put it plainly, they're very delicate. I mean, think about
you can drop it and it shatters or something like that.
No, no. I've seen some that are like that, but it's not like a gallon of gas or something, right? Where like you could puncture the tank and it just leaks out. It's one of those things where there's stored energy in there, and if something damages that, then there's always that risk that something bad goes wrong. So you have to solve all of those problems to make this possible. And technology has really reached that inflection point where it's getting to the point where we're solving all of those problems. So therefore now we can finally take off. You have to start with the battery and then build out.
Oh.
So, but you guys are starting with the battery.
We go customer, like what do they need? They need towing, range, hauling, charge time, right? Like super fast charge time, because when you tow, your range goes down, and therefore charge time actually becomes a legitimate problem. Rather than build a vehicle first and show it off and then say, eventually we will accomplish these technical goals or claims, we're starting at the core and developing a battery cell, a pack solution, a platform, motors, gearboxes, technology, right? All that stuff, working out to meet those customer needs. So we are actually developing a cell in-house capable of doing some crazy things like charging in 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
So have you guys done that yet, or is that soon to come?
That's a fantastic question. One that we get asked all the time too. What we've actually done is, before we get into like building a custom cell and investing the millions required to do that, you have to go through steps of proof of concept and proof of viability in the solution that you're going to get to. So what we've actually done is we've gone through those steps. This year we hit 9 minutes, 23 seconds. I want to say it might be 26 seconds to charge the vehicle. And what actually happens is there's a prep period where we slowly charge, then we ramp way up, then we sort of trickle down towards the bottom, and then we cool down, and then you go. All of that has to happen in 15 minutes. So what we're actually working on now is, we understood all the challenges. We did the proof of concept. Now we're working on final production solution scale, getting it to market, and launching that.
Your favorite word?
I like scale. Scale is,
Yeah, you like scale?
Everything has to be scaled. You got a good idea, scale it.
Yeah.
So what's the range on those battery packs? Or does the range, do you figure out how quickly can you charge and then you work on adding the range, or how does that work?
I kind of make fun of the industry a little bit, where they like stuff as much as they can in a vehicle, and then they go test it and they say, we got 240 miles of range, so therefore that's your range. It's not how we do things here, at least. We start with a target, which is 300, 400, and 500. Then we start with things like 15-minute charge time. We marry those together. We do all the calculations, all the hard work that says, as you scale pack size, vehicle weighs this much drag, this much payload, this much, pull all these things together, all these inefficiencies and stuff together. And then you determine how big your battery pack is. If you need 300, 400, or 500 miles of range, that's our target. There is no like, oh, we didn't quite get there. No, it's that or above. We start from, again, the bottom out, pull in all the variables, make sure we can actually get it done.
So I have a little question. So like Apple Androids, different outlets to plug in your phone. Are like when the EV cars, are they all going to have like kind of a universal, or is it going to be
Am I buying adapters? Am I buying
You're gonna have to have an adapter.
adapters and packs?
Yeah, oh man, that's a hard one to answer.
Unforeseeable.
It's no, I think eventually we're all going to sort of come together and converge on a solution. Tesla had to build their own because nothing existed.
Yeah,
of course. Right. So CCS is a combined charging system standard, right? It's collaboration from the automakers to get to that point. The problem that I see is Tesla's here, CCS is here in terms of power. you need to be like way up here in 10 years, right? So like if that system doesn't exist yet, so it's kind of a VHS Betamax to like live streaming through like Netflix.
Oh, so we got to make a
right?
jump.
So
it's a jump.
yeah, we got to make that big jump. At Atlis, that was one of the things we said. It's like, okay, I want to charge in 15 minutes, but there's nothing out there that can do that. We're working on trying to solve that problem. We're basically just going to open that up and say, listen, guys, we have the solution. It'll give you 1.5 megawatts of delivered power to the vehicle, probably higher. We might push it to 2 now. That will basically be able to charge the foreseeable vehicle classes, use cases, and types for at least the next 10 years, including when you get to like things like solid state and stuff like that.
Okay, so can you explain to us what Reg A means? I know it's a genre of music, but what exactly is it?
So Reg A is Regulation A. It's called Regulation A crowdfunding. And basically what it is it's the and we're type 2. So it's essentially a private company publicly selling equity within the organization as though you're doing an IPO, but we are not tradable on the existing markets. Basically, we go through an audit process. We file, we work with the SEC. We do stuff with accountants. We make sure that we're legit.
Right.
They check to make sure that we're not saying things that are untrue. Then we can open it up and we say, listen, if you're interested in what we're doing, you believe in us right here, and we're super open. Our good stuff and our bad stuff. That is an opportunity for you to go out and say, listen, I believe in this company. I want to be an early investor. I want to buy shares of Atlis Motor Vehicles, and this allows you to do that.
How can people? Where's a platform they can go and buy shares?
So you can actually do this right from our website at atlismotorvehicles.com. And right when you get on there, there's a little invest button and it'll take you to the offering page, which provides all of the financial information, all of our roadmap stuff, everything related to the company. It also provides you with a link to the SEC filings and, of course, our Reg A offering documentation. All of that stuff is available through the website.
We'll buy some stock.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the description.
We'll put a link in the description so people can go and check it out.
I love it, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So here's a question. When do you plan on starting to manufacture these trucks? What's the timetable on that?
Right. So things are broken up into 3 sort of pillars or product groups for the company. The first one is the energy group, which is battery, cell technology, pack technology, and charging technology. We are looking to start selling that by Q3 of 2021. And the intention there is we have a number of partners that are obviously very interested in what we're developing that want to implement that technology into their products. So that's the first revenue opportunity. In terms of the next pillar, right, the second one is the XP platform. The drive system submodules, the battery pack completed, the other drive modules, steer-by-wire systems, everything that you need besides a vehicle body to build a vehicle. And that is really marketed towards vehicle upfitters, vocational vehicles, or emergency response vehicles that typically use like platforms or rolling chassis. And then we integrate that into their particular system. So if they're looking to go electric.
The skeleton of the car, the frame and everything, and then whatever you want to outfit it with.
Yeah. So
cool.
Basically what you get is like a true skateboard, fully functional, drive by itself. You'll get the pedal assembly, steering column, and infotainment screens and everything, and you integrate that into your vehicle application. Fire truck, ambulance, dump truck, box truck, step van, whatever it is, you can integrate that. So that's pillar 2. Pillar 3 is the XT pickup truck. We are looking to get the first production prototype. And I say production prototype, it's kind of like the first one hand ready to give to our early adopter customers by December 2021, provided we hit all of our funding, team hiring goals, and all of that stuff.
That's exciting.
Will you always be like an independent automaker? Is that the goal, or will you partner with one of these legacy companies?
Where we will partner will be in areas that are not core to us. So we are not a body in white design and manufacturing company. So we're actually looking for a partner agreement to facilitate that so we can hit that December deadline next year.
Right.
I'm very confident we're going to be able to do that based on our conversations right now, which hopefully in the next 60 days, we have an agreement in place to to take that to that next level. It could be 90 days, but I'll say 60 days because I'm aggressive. So we're setting up a battery cell line, assembly line, and everything in-house currently. So a lot of that stuff's going to be happening over the next couple of months, and then we'll be growing that. Think gigafactory at Atlis kind of thing, right? Where we're building our own cells and producing our own cells and packs.
Yeah, that's pretty much the big challenge, making the cells.
Yeah, scaling up to that factory.
There's that scale word.
Scale is so important. I'm new to this whole world. My brother was an economics major in college.
Yeah.
And I dropped out. I was in film school, so
okay.
It's a little.
All right, so this is like the perfect balance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And a couple months ago, he taught me the word scale, and I haven't been able to stop saying it. You just got to scale.
So here's a question. Let's say there's a young person out there, and they're passionate about EVs, technology, and the future. Are you hiring people right now? Like, what's the best way? Like, say they watch this and they get juiced up and they want to get involved. Like,
and if so, is a college degree required?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. So, are you looking? No. The answer to your question is yes. We are looking to hire about 160 people over the next, I want to say 6 to 9 months, roughly. We're trying to do it in the next 6 months, so it's a really fast ramp. On our website, there is a careers page. Click on that, right?
We'll put a link. We'll put another link.
Yeah. So if you don't see a position that interests you, apply anyways, because basically we are interested in bringing on really smart, really motivated people. If you're interested in like taking on a challenge, then apply. We will find a spot for people that are really cool, right? People that are great fits for the company and people that just want to make a difference in the world.
That's awesome. And then will you only ever make trucks, or are you going to go into other cars as well? And if so,
maybe like an Atlis Roadster,
an Atlis Ventures, Atlis Motor Vehicles crossover event. Can we
Ooh. Yeah. So we have no roadmap or intention to make a car or a 2-seater Roadster or anything like that. If we make a 2-seater Roadster competitor, it will have a bed in the back and it will be faster than the Roadster. I think that would be the ultimate goal. But
like an El Camino.
Like
there
we go. It's gotta sit higher, man. It's gotta be lifted, and it's gotta be, it's gotta have big tires.
Okay, so how many views do you think this will get? And are you gonna send it to your mom and dad? Because
I'm gonna share this with mom and dad. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
We're hopeful that this kind of like Atlis firepower crossover means something, has some impact.
I hope so, man. It'll have a big impact, man. We're all cool people, right? It'll be fun.
We are. I have a question.
Yeah.
What's it like to be a CEO?
So I think everyone thinks that being a CEO is like the boss and you run around and like bark orders and stuff like that. That's not true. My job is to make sure that everybody else is successful. My job is to unblock the team so they can be successful. That is my only job every single day. That's what I have to do. So
that's really cool. Dude, free advice, man. It's free advice. Learning how to do stuff.
It's a lot of work, but I've never had this much fun before.
Do your mornings start at 5 a.m. like my brothers?
Yeah, they do.
Dude, I told you, man. You got to be up and early. If you're not up and early, forget about it. Don't even show up.
Yeah, should listen to him.
No, there we go. There we go. Is there anything else you would like to add or plug that we didn't mention or ask?
Reg A is a big thing for us, right? We are customer owned, customer driven. Like we want to, change the world. So if you're interested, check out the website, invest, become an owner, come along with this journey on us. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to do some really cool stuff over the next 12 to 18 months. It's going to be cool.
And then are you going to become a regular occurring guest on the show, and you can give us updates and let people know where things are going? And this is a one-time thing.
Yeah,
there we go. There we go, dude. Are we
going to be in Arizona 2021 test driving a car doing a review?
Yes, definitely. Absolutely.
I'm going to put it in my calendar.
I would say even if it's not the truck, it'd be cool if mid 2021, We'll put you on a milk carton on the platform, and you could drive around that way. We'll
That's
just
good
strap you down with
content.
straps.
That's good content.
Good
Yeah.
content.
We'll come out there. We'll talk to
Yeah.
Carell.
Yeah.
Make something happen.
You gotta write that.
We'll talk to her and set something up and come out there.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a blast.
We'll
do
hopefully have a
something
lot.
We
we'll-
shouldn't do.
Truly
now,
honored to
Yeah,
have
we are.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah. No, I appreciate you guys having me. This is fun.
Recurring guest, Mark Hanchett.
Mark Hanchett.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Our new
I don't
best,
mind.
Our new best friend,
Mark
Mark Hanchett.
Hanchett.
Wow. That was not what I expected.
No, he was super cool.
Super cool. He let us do our thing. He gave us time, and he's our new best friend now.
New best friend, Mark Hanchett.
Recurring guest. Recurring guest, Mark Hanchett. He said we're gonna get to go out, drive some trucks, test out their technologies and stuff.
Making trucks for the working man, dude.
It is for the working man. He kept talking
Every
about
day.
your construction workers, your plumbers, your sprinter vans, just ambulance, fire trucks. This isn't like flashy. This is the grit and grind of electric vehicles.
Really happy to have had time to speak with him.
If you liked Mark, if you like the idea of a blue collar working man's truck, check out the link below. Invest now. $8.24. It's a deal.
Yeah, get a part of that Reg A.
Get a part.
It's not just a genre of music.
We're not nowhere near dishing out financial advice. Disclaimer. But it's good value in our
Get your
opinion.
foot in the door.
Yeah, because I think the working man's electric vehicle is something that nobody's really tapped into yet, and the potential is definitely there.
You're right. You're so right. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And together, we can build a green new world.